Hey, my name is James Osmar, and today I want to bring you through a series, or the start of the series, of the top 10 real estate website features. And this is something that we did over the course of a year and a half. We surveyed realtors just like you, and we asked what they thought should be the #1 feature of a top 10 real estate website. And we got some great answers and great information that we're going to provide to you here today. And as you will soon discover, I'm not a pitch guy. I don't like to pitch people because I believe closing is overrated. I like to give incredible value and educate the heck out of my audience. And then from there, it seems that people can make an informed decision whether they choose to want to move ahead with what it is that I am doing for the people that I work for. And we're going to start off with the number 10 video and work backwards to the #1. And number 10 right now, your website must have a built-in CRM as well as the option of synchronizing with third-party CRMs. Now, as I say, we did this survey and we're going to start off with the number 10, and only 2%, believe it or not, of people chose a CRM as the #1 thing that they thought a good website should have. Now, I think it should have ranked a lot higher than that, but however, it is what it is, the survey says, right? So what we've done here now, if you take a look at this, a sales, support, and marketing system built around your CRM, when handled properly, that juicy little red spot in the middle, that's where you really get to engage your clients and your prospects so that you have a lifelong value that you're providing them. So if you look at it that way, you need a built-in, as I say, or a third-party CRM that is going to synchronize with your website. Because if you don't, you're going to lose leads and lose management. And I'm going to show you how to run your system like a well-oiled machine. When this gets all done, you're going to understand not only why you should have a CRM, because that might be kind of obvious, but I'm going to show you how to maximize the benefit of your own personal CRM so that you can make great value in other people's lives. So to start off, it must be easy to navigate. You want to be able to move around your system very quickly, and I'm going to give you examples as we go through here. You want to be able to view your prospects' visits, what they're looking at, what they're doing when they're inside your system. So as you can see from what I'm saying here, you have to have a website that has a reason for your clients to keep coming back to your website. This is all part and parcel to prospecting effectively. If you are just sending listings to your client from your real estate board, doesn't cut it. It's not as valuable as having people go into your system to look at all of the listings on your real estate board. You're going to want to have round-robin leads. As your team grows, or perhaps you have a team already, you're going to want to be able to give leads to the people that are in the system at a frequency that's going to be acceptable to you. You're going to want them out every day, a couple leads a day, or every week, or whatever it is. You want to be able to remove people from the round robin if they're on holidays, etc. So you need to have that style of work built in. And you want to have 3 levels of access. And that is the owner, the administrator, and the agents. And the reason being, you don't want people being able to go in and look at all your other agents' leads or mess them up, or if somebody goes rogue on you and deletes your system, you don't want that. So there's built-in security for those purposes. You also want to be able to synchronize with your feeder websites. And I'll explain more on what a feeder website is. And it's critical that you get this part, because today having one website just isn't enough anymore. You really need to have a lot of stuff going on, because if you don't, you're not going to pull the same kind of traffic with one website versus another. And so we'll cover that a little bit. Right here, for example, this is the Gold Rush Leads page, and we set this up with a low-branded pay-per-click campaign. Minimal branding. You can't see it here because I had to cut the screenshot so that you could see the website. But minimal branding, hands down, trumps having a branded website in the same campaign. Literally, we've tested this over a 2-week period. 3 times a day one agent was getting leads, and when we pushed them to the branded page, nothing. This happened over 2 weeks, 3 leads a day on a $10 budget, and then it went to 0 when we pushed to branded. And that's why we do these styles of pages. This is a Low branded page designed for targeting sellers on Facebook, and it's knocking it out of the park right now. And why I'm pointing these pages out is so that you can understand why satellite feeders are very important to all of your overall prospecting. Get notified when your sellers or your neighbors are about to sell. Very important. Again, you can use this with a flyer campaign, a Facebook campaign, anything. You want to track people who are getting ready to sell and want to snoop on their neighborhood activity. Very, very powerful tool. We also have what we call a mirror mailer website. And this design here, we do 5 different websites with this design. One to go after the most money, another for the quickest sale, the fewest problems, a 4th for what we would call immediate gratification, and then social proof. So, you can see how many websites you need to go around your main branded website. So we have all around the main branded website, all of these little web pages that are funneling leads into the main branded website, and we'll show you more on that, how it works. And this is another one we've just added to the mix, and it's called a countdown website, which works well when you have a listing that's coming out in 3 weeks. You can take an exclusive listing, market it, and try to build up an inventory of buyers that want to see it before it actually hits the market. So that's all pretty cool. Now, when they sign up on those pages, they go right here and land on the back end of your website where they hit the eureka moment. They've got thousands of listings to view. And as you can see at this time of the year, right now being March, a little lower on the listing side, we sometimes have over 20,000 listings in some markets on your website. Very valuable tool. People sign up, get a redirect automatically into your website back end, see all of the listings. Then from there on, you've got their information already. The prospecting's going to start. And we use what we call the courtesy call and the fair weather script. I'm not going to cover that in this video here, but just suffice to say, this is a powerhouse. And then we're going to be able to start to look at other things here, how you want to go into the back end of your website, easily manage. Remember, we talked about it being easy to manage, easy to navigate. Here are your leads. You're going to go into look at your leads. But just before I go there, I want to talk about this one little thing we built into the site, and it's called a lead adder. So we can take this now, add a lead, and then you're going to see here in the back end of the website, there's a little help tip bubble, and you can load this now on your cell phone so that when you're out at social engagement events, parties or restaurants or whatever, and you meet somebody, now you can put your lead right to the cloud in the back of your website. Pretty cool, huh? Now, if a third-party website is what is critical for you to make all of this work, I get it. So we built all of these in, top producers, the follow-up bosses, exact contact, Infusionsoft, a whole pile of them. And we can actually, for anything that's not here, we can build these in also. So this is just a sample of what we can do for engaging third-party CRMs. Now, this is where the magic starts to happen. This is the Advanced Website CRM. And the Advanced Website CRM is going to be critical to your overall success with marketing, even if you have a third-party CRM, and we're about to show you why. As you'll see over here, I've grayed out the names of this team. So for their round robin, they've got a handful of agents. The agent who is working on that team would click on their name, and then they would go over and click on the quality of lead that they want, if new, high, medium, or low. So this is done for a reason, and I'm going to explain it right here. We break the year down into 48 weeks, 4 groups per month, so that you can walk in the beginning of the new week, pull up your high leads. You can look at last week's high leads, and then you can determine what ones are going to be needing to be called now, and then you can merge the group, and throughout the year, just keep on going. If you talk to a lead today, and they need to be bumped out for a few weeks, you just put them out a few weeks, and then that week comes, presto, they come back in to your cycle when need be. Now, I want to draw your attention to that yellow line. If you have a person who is going to eliminate themselves or unsubscribe from the system, you don't have to worry about following up and getting a no answer or whatever. They're gone. You can move on quickly and save time. Then I want to point out down here where you see the profile. Well, what that does is it indicates that that person's been in this particular sample 31 times. Now you'll see a couple of the newer leads up there. They've only been in 2 or 3 times, but if a person has been in there 2 or 3 or 4 times, we've seen some people in over 300 times. Who do you want to keep attention or pay close attention to? I mean, this is really powerful stuff. So we now want to also point out when you're following up on your leads and you're looking at what they're doing, you get to go in, you get to readjust the lead when you want to follow up on their frequency, but more important, look at this. You can see if they're reading your emails. Really cool. And down below that, you can add notes as you're talking to people. I like using little shortcuts like AM answering machine or AM LM left message, things like that, so that you can speed through your notes and keep a good handle on what it is that you're doing when you're prospecting it with a person, so that if months go by, you can look back. Let's go over here and take a look. Right now, you'll see over here that this is where you're going to be looking at your lead, how many times they've been into the system. You can edit the lead, you can view their saved searches, view their favorite properties, the number of visits, their stats. Really, really a powerful thing to have in the back end of your site, even if you're using a third party. And just to cover some of the things again, you want to have a built-in or third party site. It must be easy to navigate. You want to view your prospects' visits. You want to have a round robin system built in for sharing of leads. And that even works, by the way, if you have a time where you're going out of town for a couple weeks. You can invite in a person for that couple weeks to handle the leads while you're gone. They can't delete them. You can see which ones they're getting. They can't steal them on you. Pretty cool. 3 levels of access again, and that's all part of that round robin 3 levels of security. So if you don't have this built in, you're going to lose stuff eventually. Now, synchronizing with the feeder sites, all valuable stuff in a CRM. CRM marketing is critical, and follow-up is one of the keys to success in real estate sales, and we would all agree with that. Now, here's where it gets pretty cool. We must follow up 7 times before we own a prospect. That's what we're told in sales training. But 50% of all agents stop after the first call and 80% after the 4th call. Pretty amazing stuff when you see how easy it is to eliminate your competition. So, it does not make sense. If you think about it from this perspective, if you must follow up 7 times, it doesn't make sense to close your lead on the first call or even the second call. You want to be a value-driven agent, and this is what it's all about. If you provide value and educate your prospect on how to use your system, you're going to win hands down. So a CRM, it's a critical step in making this perfect swarm so that you can become this agent of value. You're going to be able to, they're going to, visit your website. There's one touch. You're going to be emailing them items of value. Items of value are mortgage calculators, land transfer tax calculators, etc. We tap them 5 times with items of value. And then we're going to be sending them listings that match their price area and style. They can save their favorites. They can go into the system and manage. So there's all of this connection with you. If you are using banner ads with our tag remarketing campaign, we're getting people literally in a year, 1 million touches now. It's incredible, and it's about a penny a touch. So it's very, very good. And then, of course, when you connect with the person, there's snail mail. Now, all of these things are designed to complement the phone call, and the phone call is designed to get you face-to-face. So educate your prospect on how to use your system and become that value-driven agent. Don't be closing the heck out of people on the first call. I've had people come into my office, sit down, and they've got a gold rush lead, and they'll say, critique me, and they close the person 6 times in the first couple minutes. They would have lost me on the second close. Get inside the mind of the prospect, disarm them by not closing them. If you have to follow up 7 times anyway, use that as your way to be able to keep following up. 80% of your success is going to come by nailing the first call. So when we're working with people, we provide them with what we call the courtesy call and the fair weather script, a written script, an audio version, and video to get people to really wrap their head around the proper sequence of follow-up. And that, my friends, is what we call a sticky strategy. It keeps people coming back. It keeps people engaged. They can't get away from you for trying, and you've done this in a value-driven way, making you a value-driven real estate agent. So if you want to get the next 9 videos in this series, the top 10 real estate features of a top 10 real estate website, I promise you they will be just as valuable as this one. Because as you can tell, I do not like being a closing agent, but I'm going to recommend that you sign up on the form above, or click on the link below if you're seeing this on YouTube right now, and get over to top10realestatewebsites.com and sign up, because as I complete these videos, I will be emailing out notification of this. I'm not going to be doing them all at one time, so I mean, this is the first one done, and as I get time to produce these videos, I will do that for you. I will present them in the future. As each video gets done, you'll get a notification so that you can come in and watch this. So I encourage you, go to Top 10 Real Estate Websites if you're not on this page now, because this video will be provided as a complimentary video so that you can get a taste of what this is all about, so that you can decide whether it's for you. And if you're on the website now looking at this video, go up to the top, take a moment, fill out the form. If you're on YouTube, click on the link below this video and then get over to Top 10 Websites, and I'll be happy to work with you. And it's my pleasure totally, because I love doing this stuff.